Hello and welcome to Robinsunne Art Studio. My name is Robinsunne. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you like this video. So we're doing paper chains today, and this is a really easy paper chain. And you know, there's I don't know. I know you know how to do this. But sometimes it is really great to have a paper chain to use for meditation purposes. And I just had some stuff I needed to mull over in my mind. And I thought it would be really fun to show you, again, more of the fun things we can do with cross-hatched papers. So we're making paper chains with it today. This cardstock I think came out really beautifully. I really enjoy it a lot. I just like these colors together. I think I was pretty smart when I did it. You know what? I'm going to use different colors though. Or I could do a different chain. Let's do a different chain. All right, we're not going to do the ring, but you probably know how to do that anyway. By the way, this is halfway across a sheet of paper. Doesn't matter whether it's A4 or American Imperial. So 4¼ inches, or what is that, 105 millimeters. Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. So just divide your paper in half the long way. This is to make this chain, and then cut it into 1/2 inch, and what is that, like 2 centimeters, and you get links that look like that. So I'll do that another day. Wait a minute, I do want this paper. And we're going to make these. So this is what I call an open door chain. So you can imagine this is the door. This is the hinge of the door jamb. Good morning. Good afternoon. So just like that. Let me show you how to make it. So this is office-sized paper. Again, it doesn't matter at all whether it's A4 or American Imperial. So divide your paper in half. This is cardstock. Cardstock would be very helpful to have for this project. You can just fold this and figure out where it is. The crayon makes it feel a little creepy for me to fold. So if it's 4¼ then it's 2 1/8. So 4 6 3/8. And we'll just kind of magically make that. So, hello, and I didn't mean to start in a discombobulated way, but I guess that's why I'm kind of feeling like I need some paper chain meditation, because I guess I'm feeling a little discombobulated, and it would be nice to not feel quite so discombobulated. So we have 5½ for the American Imperial, but whatever is half of your piece of paper. And actually, you can do this with 12 by 12 paper too. The links will be shaped differently, but You can do it with anything. Actually, I'll tell you in just a sec what. Where did I make that mark? Just how big these are. These are, if it's 5.5, it's 275. And 7. Yeah, never mind. Let's not tax our brains too much. So the reason that I switched papers and switched ideas is that this open door paper chain. So for changing my sentence. Hold on just a sec. This is 2 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/8. 2 3/4 by 2 1/8. So you can see the shape of the little pieces we want is rectangular, but it's not that far from square. Just enough. So anyway, that's what that is. So if you did this on 12 by 12 paper, you'd end up with squares, come to think of it. So you could do, instead of 4 across, you could see if you could measure out 5 across, or I don't know, make up a number. I think, yeah, the A4s will be almost exactly the same size as this. Tiny bit thinner, tiny bit more rectangular, a little thinner, a little longer for A4s, but this pattern still works. Actually, it'd be interesting to try it with on a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, and end up with a square. So this is our pattern here. If that was squared, it would be just a little less tall, but it would still work, so that's fine. All right, so before, when I interrupted myself and got going on measurements, I was talking about this paper versus this paper. This paper I colored on both sides. So when you're making a ring chain, it's really nice to have color on the inside of the ring. When you're making an open door chain, it pretty much is going to end up kind of lying flat on the wall, when you hang it up. So having a all white on the backside doesn't matter as much, unless you're hanging it like across a doorway or something, and then you might want to have color on both sides. So as you are painting, drawing, however you're making your colored papers, if you want to use double colored, double-sided, you know what I mean, like those, that's fine. But I think you can get away with single-sided, which will be great. So I'm cutting these all very neatly. The fact of the matter is you can fold your papers and not even very precisely, and cut them all up, and you're fine. You might have slightly different sized rectangles, but the fact is we're going to be hand cutting this shape, and so we're getting into differently sized. I mean, these are not perfect These are not perfectly cut, so it's, yeah, we don't have to be precise. All right, so the way I usually do these is I do fold them in half. And somewhere I have a little pair of scissors. So I'm going to start right at the corner, right here. And I mean, I personally like it when that corner is cut square. On this one, it's not. And you can't even see. So it's fine. You can be as sort of type A about this as you like. Okay, so when we open that up, we get this lovely mandorla shape, except it does have a little straight part across the top. And you almost don't need that. Actually, we really don't need that. We don't need that, Robinsunne. Okay, so now we have a perfect little mandorla shape. And then we're going to cut an echo. And let me draw it for you first, so you see where I'm going. So I'm using the curve of this line right here as my marker. And we're going to go all the way up here, and we're going to stop short. I'm not on this end, I'm cutting all the way off, but then here I'm leaving a break, and that is this little door jamb place. This has to stay attached, so you can't cut it all the way up to the top. Have you got that? So here we go. I have found with this chain, folding it, especially if you don't like really bone folder, it doesn't have to be a really hard crease, and it comes out okay. You know, we're okay, we're all right. And there's our little door jamb. I should grease these hinges. So yeah, so we're just gonna make a whole bunch of those and let our brains be magical. Oh, and let our brains think through the events of the day. And remember, we stop. We don't want to cut this into two pieces. We want to keep it as one thing. So there we go, with the open door. And I'll show you. This is how we go together. You can go in from, you know, push this back, push both of them back, and go in from the front, like that, or in from the back. It doesn't matter. You see the point. If you do it this way, here, let me do this, so you can really see it. See how you can see the point? If you come in from the front, if you push both of these front and come in from the back, you see this point instead of the back point. So, your choice. Either way you'd like it. And this would be really pretty. I've done it actually with as many as like 6 colors. Like do a rainbow. Yeah, do a rainbow set of colors, or a whole bunch of different shades of red or yellow or blue or whatever you like. And you can make these elements as big as you would like. If you wanted to make these with, instead of cutting the sheet of paper into 16, what would you cut it into? You could cut it into 3 by 3 instead of 4 by 4 and getting 16. You could do 3 by 3 and get 9. You'd have to do the math on that. Or you could do 2 by 2 and get 4, just, quarters. And have really big links, have links that were like this big, which would be really cool. And you could see it from a distance, so if you used several different colors, that would be really pretty. And it would be wonderful because you could, read the thing from a long distance away. So if you had a big, hall or foyer or, whoops, I did that. Oh, I didn't. I did that right. The other thing you can do, is tuck that door, bring it up back and front. It also kind of locks everything in place. Which, if the room you're in is very windy, could be helpful. There are probably ways to kind of mass produce this and make it go faster. But actually, I think it's a good idea sometimes to just let your art making take a minute. And then push this centerpiece forward. It's probably a little easier to see from the back that you push that the door part forward. It doesn't matter. Just keep playing. There are a lot of little pieces here. You could probably cut these all into triangles and do something with them, or you could cut little circles out of what's left. So you could have lots of little elements here to play with. And if you would like to do that, yay you. All right. And pop that center forward. Well, as I am making this paper chain, we here in Maine, but you could be watching this at any time in any place in the world. But right now we're going through a sort of change in temperature, change in the season. We're going a little bit, beginning to feel the change from summer to fall. After the exuberance of summer, to go into the harvesting mentality, into the hunkering down for winter. It's kind of a change. But it doesn't matter. Whatever season. And it could be, you know, just a changing time in a person's life, in your life. I guess the deal for peace when things are changing is to be okay with kind of rolling with however it is that things are changing, and that our lives are not in danger. That's where I wrote the measurement. And I'm probably saying this all for me. I may not be saying this for you. But changes are just happening, and I'm still me. You're still you. We're still okay. The things we want to be changing can change, and we can be great with that. And the parts of ourselves that we still really love, and we want to be that, I don't know, maybe that's changing too. Who knows? But I guess the deal is we get to roll with the change. We get to let the change be okay, even if we're not really okay with it. We can be okay with not being okay. All right, that's sounding very something or other. I was just thinking that I can measure this for you and tell you how much of a chain we can get from a single paper. So then you'll know how many papers you might need if you had a really big room or something that needed to be decorated. And I'm just noticing that the time I had allotted for this video is coming to a close. There's a lot of backing and forthing there in the beginning, which I hadn't planned on. Videos are kind of more fun when people are talking, chit-chatting. But meditation is probably more to the point when we're not talking. There we go. So here is our chain. Let us measure that out. So from the beginning, we've got 12 inches. So we've got just about 24 inches, 2 feet. What would that be? About 60-ish centimeters out of one piece of paper. So yes, you can curl these, you know, if you're hanging it up on a wall, you can get an arc out of it. Would it be possible to make a circle? It totally would. Hey, this is cool. Lots of times it's not possible. But look, I'm doing it. Da-da-da. So there we have a crayon crosshatch paper made into a open door chain link and into a chain. So here's the deal. I wish you very well. I wish you meditations that are fruitful, where you come up with great ideas and feel good about yourself at the end. And I wish you beautiful colors in your paper chains. There we go. There's a little errant chispas of color, of blessing, of happy wishes. So have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.